Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to show you how to solve for the surface area and volume. So what is surface area? Surface area is the total area of all the faces in a certain solid figure. So now let's get the surface area of this figure, which we call a box or a square prism or rectangular prism, depending on what you call it. Kaya lang in general, let's call this guy na lang a square prism. Bakit? Kasi po, meron tayong what you call this, the base is a square. Okay? So, ganito yung mga paghahanap ng surface area. So, to solve for the surface area of a square prism, it's always, ito yung formula namin. Ang formula ng surface area ay, surface area of a square prism ay, area of the squares, area of square, A sub SQ, which pertains to area of the square, and then times 2, plus A sub R, which is area of rectangle, times 4. You'll see why in just a moment. Pero it depends upon the formula about some teachers. Kasi po depende sa ginamit ng guro mo yung formula. Okay? So here's how you do it. First, we need to get the area of any of the faces that you see here. Let's see which one muna. Siguro sa akin muna, let's try the square muna para mas madali. So ito yung square, di ba? Yung ito. 4 feet at saka 4 feet. So therefore, ang square namin dapat 4 squared. Diba? So ano yung 4 squared? Yun na naman 4 squared is 16. So therefore, we have square feet. Okay? So ganun dapat, we have 16 square feet. Okay? That pertains to the area of 1 square. Kaya lang, since there are two faces that are congruent, you need to multiply that by 2. Multiply the area of 1 square, then multiply it by 2. Kasi po, parang siyang perimeter lang to. Kung alin yung nakita mo, yung may kaparehas na measure, diba sa perimeter, sa kaparehas ng measure, i-group mo. Kung si surface area naman, kaparehas ng area ng isang face with another, group that. But since there are two faces whose area is 16 square feet, it's multiplied by 2. So therefore, 16 times 2 is 32. So therefore, the area of 2 squares is 32 square feet. Okay? So yan. Now let's go now to the rectangles. For the sake of the rectangles, ito yun. Diba remember sabi dito sa formula? Area of the squares times 2. We've already done that na. Now let's go to area of the rectangle times 4. So kung mag-area tayo ng rectangle, you might be wondering what does the 6 feet got to do with it, diba? So ito yung 6 feet. So 6 feet pertains to the height or which you call the depth. Ito yun, di ba? And then we know that the other dimensions is 4 feet. Okay? Ditong face, 6 times 4. Ditong face na to, 6 times 4. Dahil sa what you call is 4 feet ng measure nito. Dito pa rin, 6 feet and this is also 4 feet. And this one din is also 4 feet and 6 feet. So therefore, ganito yun. So therefore, it's 6 times 4 is equivalent to 24 square feet. Okay? Kaya lang what you call this, since there are four rectangles that are congruent, i-group na namin. So, and since there are 4, di ba remember, how many faces pala do you need to get when it comes to a square prism? You need 6, di ba? Bilangin mo. 1, 2, 3, 4, saan pa? 5, 6. So we need to get 6 faces. Top and bottom, left and right, front and back. Kaya nga, di ba remember, those are the 3 antonym pairs that you must remember. Especially when you go to a literal rectangular prism, that's the formula. Top and bottom, left and right, tapos up and down. Yung ganun. Okay? Now, we have 24 square feet, and remember, it's 24, the area of one rectangle, times 4. So, therefore, we should get 96 square feet. Kaya lang, di pa tayo tapos. Because, yung 32 square feet, that pertains to the area of the 2 of the squares in the square prism. Tapos, yung 96 square feet naman, that pertains to the area of one rectangle multiplied by 4. Since there are 4 rectangles that are congruent. Now, we need to sum it up. Kasi po, yun yung definition ng surface area. The total sum of all the faces in a solid figure. So we need to add everything up. 32 plus 96, 2 plus 6 is 8. So therefore, ang total surface area ay 128 square feet. Okay? Kung titingin mo sa Microsoft Excel, ganito yung formula na ginawa ko. So we have the squares. Di ba remember ito yun? Ito yung mga squares, di ba? Ito yung squares. Ang ginawa ko, 4 times 4 to give me 16. And then, ito yun, 16 din. And then, remember, since there are two faces that are congruent, ginup ko. So therefore, 32. Diba? 4 times 4 is the area of 1 square. Tapos, times 2 because there are two squares that are congruent. So yun. Tapos, the area of 1 rectangle is 24 square feet. And then, ganito. We have 96 square feet. Okay? In total. Tapos, sinam ko lahat. Diba remember, kinik ko sum of these two. I sum these two, this cell. And then, I got the answer of 128 square, not meters, but like square feet. Pero okay lang yan. I may need to change that. Okay lang yan. Yun po yung surface area. Now, let's play a game called volume. To solve for volume, do you remember ang ibig sabihin ng volume? What is volume? Volume is the capacity inside a solid figure. So, to get the volume, it's length times width times height. But that only works when it comes to square prisms, rectangular prisms, or cubes. Length times width times height. Remember, ang volume, ang gagamitin mo sa volume ay cubic units. So, for the sake of volume, we need to get cubic units for this matter. And this is very easy. Ang gagawin mo na lang ay length times width times height. Kaya lang, for the sake of other polygons, the general formula is area of the base times the height. So, yun po. So, let's solve for the volume of this guy. Mas madali lang to kasi po you just get the length, then the width. The length of the and the width of the square. So, 16, di ba? Tapos, yung height, 6 feet. So, 16 times 6 is equivalent to 96. So, ang volume ng square prism ay 96 cubic feet. Yan. So, yun po yung volume. Okay? See? Yun lang.